Hey, what's up guys, it's LeMar DeVente, and today I'm back with another Bakugan news video. Now, this information is coming straight out of New York Toy Fair 2020. Now, there's a lot I'm going to be covering in this video, including the new Fusion Bakugan, the 5th set for the trading card game, which is known as Fusion Force, the big figure Dragonoid Infinity, and I also received exclusive information from my friend EC, which includes the 2020 Bakugan events and local game store support for the trading card game, as well as gate cards actually returning to the Bakugan game. Now, the images in my video are from EC, so check out her video, link in the description down below, and if you want permission to use images from her video or my video, please ask her permission beforehand. So, starting with the Fusion Bakugan, here is prototype packaging. We see Diamond, Dragonoid, and Trestorius' fusion, and then we see one for Trox and Ceres as well. Now, the next ones we know of are Hydorus and Batrix on the left there, and then on the right we have one for Hellcore and Ramparian. And it's not just new Bakugan which are getting fusions. As we see here, we're getting a fusion for Fangzor and Mantanoid on the left there, and then on the right we have a regular version for the Dragonoid and Trestorius. Now for the final prototype Fusion Bakugan packaging, we have one for Pegatrix and Gilator, and all of these have looked pretty nice so far. And now to show you the ones that have been on display. So first off, here's the one for Pegatrix and Gilator, which looks just like the one on the packaging. Now, on the right seems like an Ultra Fusion Bakugan, and so far all the ones I showed previously have been cores. Now, this one seems like a Hydorus crossed with a Fangzor, and that looks really cool with the spikes on top in my opinion. Now, next up is the physical forms for the Hydorus and Batrix fusion, and then also they have the Hellcore and the Ramparian fusion. And those look really good actually. I think they've done a really good job on the figures themselves. Now in the back we get to see the Dragonoid and Trestorius fusion, and I'm actually really liking this one. I think this is probably one of my favorites of the fusions. And then after we have the fusion for Trox and Ceres, which seems like the Ventus and Aurelus scheme. And I think they've done a really good job of actually integrating the two color schemes from both factions into one Bakugan. Now, it isn't limited just to partner Bakugan. As you can see here, that looks like a Cycloid fused with a Syndeus because of that shield, or it could be a Zentaur. And then also, that definitely seems like it has Hydronoid heads, and it definitely seems like it has Ryurazu feet, so a Hydronoid Ryurazu fusion. Honestly, that sounds really cool in a monster form. Then after, on the right, that does seem like a Pegatrix, but it seems fused with a Trestorius perhaps? I'm not too sure, but still, it's really cool to see all the different Bakugan fusions that they're creating. Something that I saw is that it seems like Hellcore has more than just one fusion. So for example, this one seems like it is fused with a Dragonoid Ultra, and then there's another one, and that one seems like it's fused with a Nilius Ultra. And both of these have the color scheme of almost a pure Darkest Bakugan, but when Bakugan fuse, they're actually dual faction, and that's something really cool about them. Now, it's also not just Ultra Bakugan fusing into Core Bakugan, but Core Bakugan fusing into Ultra Bakugan, as seen with Feral becoming an Ultra Fusion with some Pyrus Bakugan, and it looks really great. Now, some of the final fusions we got to saw was this one, which looks like Trox and maybe an Enoch, or Enoch, however you want to pronounce it. Looks nice. Then this one, which is definitely a Ryurazu because of the feet, but I can't tell what the head portion is. Maybe a Fangzor or a Barbatra. And then, finally, this one, which is definitely a Scorpios because of that tail, but maybe the head is a Syndeus, and this thing looks super cool. So, we're also getting more Gekkas, and that includes Bakugan fusions. So we have one here of the Diamond Dragonoid and Trestorius, and then a new mold, which seems like it is an Enoch, or Enoch, mixed with a Zentaur, and that's pretty interesting as well. Now, we're also getting one for the Fangzor and the Mantanoid fusion, so that's quite nice. I really do love that mold, and it's a pretty clear picture. And we're also getting another fusion for Nilius. And this fusion for Nilius seems like it's with Trestorius as well, and it does seem like a pure Darkest color scheme too. And it is quite nice, so I'm interested to hear more about that one. Now, a new product is coming, which was originally in the Legacy series, and that is the Baku Clip. So this redesign for the reboot seems to hold 3 Bakugan, 6 Baku cores, and has enough room on the back for some cards, probably your character cards, as this seems like it would be ideal for the toy battling game. Now on the box, it says that the blue one comes with a Trox and Ceres fusion, and I'm wondering if the other colors will come with different exclusives, and I would be really interested to see those too, and this looks like a pretty nice product overall. Now, something to quickly mention is the full lineup for Wave 2 Armored Alliance cores, which includes Diamond Trox and 3 new molds, being Maxodon, Barbatra, and Simoga. And I'm excited for Barbatra personally. So I've been talking a lot about the figures themselves, but now it's time to talk specifically about the trading card game because there's a lot of new exciting information. So starting off, we had faction bundles revealed. Now, there's not too much information about these yet, so going off from what I'm seeing on these boxes, each one of these bundles seems to include at least one special full art of the card, which I'm assuming is going to be exclusive to these sets. Now, if these are full decks, that's amazing, because some people have voiced their opinions regarding wanting mono-faction decks instead of having the currently only available versions, which are tri-faction decks. So I'm really glad that they're putting that effort into the TCG. Now, these also come with deck boxes. Now, I'm assuming that these are going to be cardboard ones, similar to the ones you would get at a Pokemon pre-release, and they seem about the same size, which is really great because you could use these for card storage. So I'm glad that they are actually putting large deck boxes into these products. Now to talk about Fusion Force. Now we do get to see the new giant character cards that will be included with some of these products. And that is going to be in the collection sets, which also do include a small deck box. Now we have one here for Howl Core Hand Serpentes, and this gives us the best look at everything, all the text on it. So it shows that they have their own cores, their own stats, and their own effects. And in this case, this one's showing that it's a certain energy cost for the F symbol. Now I'm going to assume that F is going to mean fusion. And really the best thing I can classify a fusion under would be a sort of evolution. And I'm assuming if it's an evolution, you get better stats. So if this is a built-in evolution, that's honestly really cool and really interesting. So I'm hoping that is balanced. But it's also been confirmed to me by EC, and I don't think she has said this anywhere else, that fusions are actually going to be receiving their own evolution cards as well, which makes sense considering we have seen the Diamond X Tratorius one, which would have to be an evolution. So an evolution on top of an evolution, that sounds kind of odd, but I'm actually really excited to see how that works out because we haven't seen any other cards yet. Now, some of the exclusive TCG information I received from EC. So first off, it's listing some of the people who will probably help distribute the TCG to local game stores, including Gamer, Volta Cascade Games, and Revolution. Now, also, there's the Hobby Channel program, which is probably where those parties come in, because it says that it's a program launching at over 100 stores this coming summer. And that's really big news, so that means you may be able to go to your card shop and they will be supporting the Bakugan TCG, and I'm really glad that they are finally implementing that because a lot of people in the community have been asking, and finally we're getting a bit of insight and confirmation onto when it's coming, and that's great. There's also information about organized play for Bakugan. They will be making an appearance at Anime Expo and Gen Con in the summer of 2020, and also at Chicago Toy and Game Group in the fall of 2020. There's also a small image of the stand they will probably be having set up for those, which seems very similar to the one they did in 2019 at other conventions, which included Anime Expo, MomoCon, and Emerald City Comic Con. So if they're doing something similar like that, which seemed to have been pretty successful and to attract new people and allow fans to actually play the TCG with many other people, I think it's going to turn out pretty good. Now, also talking about local game stores, we do know about a product that may be exclusive to them because of what we've heard from the invitational event of 2019 at Spin Master headquarters, and it's these blind boxes for Bakugan. Now included in these is the deck box itself, 1 Bakugan, 2 Bakukores, the respective character card, and a pack of cards. Now it claims to have a chance of finding a rare Orless or Diamond Bakugan, and I'm wondering if these hidden diamonds are going to be exclusive to these or if there's going to be any other faction exclusive Bakugan in these blind boxes, and that seems like it would try to entice people to try to make a community at their local game store so they have access to these. So I'm interested to see how that turns out. Now here's some more exclusive information I got from EC, and it's about gate cards. Now, these seem more like a gate card than a gate trainer, and those gate trainers were just metal pieces that did have character art on them, and it was nothing too significant. But these ones do have columns with the values on them, and they have that F symbol on the bottom. Now, here are some of the original gate cards. One of them is from Battle Brawlers, which uses HSP at that time, and the other one from Gundalian Invaders. They do look incredibly similar. Now, I'm also wondering, is this going to be something for a new toy battling game? It also has that F symbol at the bottom, and so I'm really wondering what that's going to do. Maybe it allows for the Bakugan to just automatically fuse on this card because it has the symbol. That would be quite interesting, and it would make sense because it seems to be the fusion symbol. Posted on Twitter by Brock McLaughlin, who is the assistant manager for social marketing at Spin Master, seems to be a bit more information regarding a Bakugan event. In the background of the photo he posted, we can see the logo that says Bakugan Secret Battle League. And this instantly reminded me of the Battle League they used to hold at Toys R Us during Gundalian Invaders. So I'm wondering if it's going to be something like that returning maybe at Walmart or Target or even Toys R Us since it's coming back to the US now. Or if it's going to be like the Ultimate Battle Tour that they're hosting in Canada, where it was more focused on really getting the Bakugan name out there. So I'm excited to see what is actually going to be happening with this. So there is a new arena that is going to be released, and this is using a hard plastic base similar to the arenas from the Legacy series. It also has the half pipe, so you could probably use that to your advantage for trying to get your Bakugan to land on the hide matrix. So I am a bit concerned with that because it is a smaller space to put your Baku cores and is also more enclosed, so it seems like it's going to be a bit more difficult to launch your Bakugan, have the 2-card space length away for proper launching. Thanks to the image from Kodak here, linked to him in the description down below, we get to see that this does hold Bakugan in a built-in drawer, and also just how big the arena actually is, and it is quite small. Now the name of this does end with Coliseum, so I guess I'll just call this a Coliseum Stadium, and it's going to be retailing for $40 American, which is more than the cardboard arenas. So the final part of this video is going to be about Dragonoid Infinity. Now I'm assuming that this is going to be one of Spin Master's big Christmas releases, similar to what they did with Dragonoid Maximus in 2019. As you can see, one of the most obvious things is that it has holes in its arms, and this is because it can actually hold Bakugan. I'm assuming in the show it's going to be so it can hold 6 different Bakugan, meaning 6 different attributes, and have infinite power because it's Dragonoid Infinity and it would have all attributes powering it. For the big figure itself, it does also include a sword and a weapon that kind of looks like an axe. So it seems like they are trying to make this an action figure which is more playable, more so than Dragonoid Maximus. Though for Bakugan, I do like when they include more playable pieces, similar to what they did when they released Maxis Dragonoid and Maxis Helios back in the Legacy series. This also comes with an exclusive Bakugan, and it is a variant of Dragonoid Ultra. Now I'm not sure if this is Infinity or Maximus, but regardless, it actually looks really good. Now, people have said that they don't really like its design because it does have that large piece of the ball form that's untransformed and not really used above its legs. But regardless, I still think it looks really good with the molding of the hands and the head itself. And they really went all out. It reminds me of Titan Dragonoid because they went all out on that core Bakugan. And now this is an Ultra Bakugan where it also seems like they just went all out on the design and it looks really good. This comes out at 800B, and we don't know what Baku Cores is using or its damage rating, but 800B is still pretty high for a base. Here is everything I once again said I was going to cover in this video, and I did go over. So I hope you guys are excited, from the figures to the trading card game to all the events that are being planned in the future. Thank you again to EC and Kodak for the images that were used in this video. I really appreciate it. If you guys like this video, leave a like. If you want to be updated for all my Beyblade and Bakugan content, hit the subscribe button down below. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to brawl on.